Good afternoon, a very warm welcome to you. I'm Andrea Breimer and this is the Adnet Zero Global Summit, brought to you live from STV studios in Glasgow. Now, 2 days of COP26 have already passed. We've heard once again that the world is about 1.2 degrees warmer than it was in the 19th century, and the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere has risen by 50%. The Paris Agreement already sets out to avoid the worst consequences of climate change. Global warming needs to be limited to 1.5 degrees. And that means greenhouse gas emissions must reduce by 55% to stay on this pathway. But these are the things that we already know. We're here to find out what's next. Well, while across the water, prime ministers and presidents have been deep in discussion, today the global leaders of advertising will show you how each and every one of you can work towards positive climate action. Now, we are expecting over 2,000 people from more than 30 countries over the next 2 days, and we want to hear your views too. So please do join us using the chat function on your screen. You can also spread the message on social by using the hashtag #AdnetZero. Well, let's get started. And I'm delighted today to be joined by the chair of Adnet Zero, Seb Munden, also EVP and General Manager of Unilever. Seb, a very warm welcome to Glasgow. What brings you to COP26?
Well, thanks to STV for hosting us. I'm wearing two hats, actually, here in Glasgow. One as the chair of the advertising industry's response to the climate emergency, but also as general manager of Unilever UK and Ireland. Unilever is a principal partner, and it's been a most exciting opportunity to compare notes with so many different people around what businesses are doing and what other organisations are doing to achieve that reduction in global warming. We've set ourselves a standard of zero emissions across our own operations by 2030 and our value chain from cradle to shelf by 2039. So we're going to need a lot of excellent ideas to make that happen.
So, of course, Unilever is one of the founding members of Adnet Zero. Why has a global company got on board with this programme?
Well, Adnet Zero is the action plan that helps advertising companies across the world achieve net zero by 2030. And the programme is very practical, and it provides a framework that really targets emissions in the development, production and media placement of advertising. And because climate change is a global issue, this framework really applies globally. So today is all about our global potential to reach brands, media owners and agencies across the world to join this initiative as a global coalition. We've got to really think about this as a pre-competition movement to tackle the climate crisis that we're all working from on the same page, and we need to deliver that plan together. So once we're aligned on our mission, then we can all compete as usual on the grounds of creativity, strategy, technology, and get back to doing the things that we do best, which is using our innovative talent to create and promote a more sustainable technologies and products.
So just explain to us then what motivated the industry to set up Adnet Zero.
Well, I think it's a moral imperative and a commercial imperative. We know that advertising is a key engine of the world economy. It's always driven competition, innovation, and economic growth. But as an engine of growth, it therefore has a social responsibility. And we did a survey which shows that 71% of advertising professionals are worried about the impact of the industry. But over 90% say they'll get increased job satisfaction if they know that the company that they're working for does take positive action. So increasingly, more and more companies will come to expect this from themselves and from their suppliers. So we have to take our social responsibilities seriously, both in the work that we produce and the behaviours that we promote.
So Seb, can you give me two things that an advertising professional can do that's going to make a difference?
Yeah, I think firstly, encourage your company, large or small, whether you're an agency or a media owner or a production company, to sign up for the 5 actions of Adnet Zero, because the programme is very practical and can make net zero reality in your advertising operations. Secondly, at a personal level, do the training. If this is a new topic or something that you feel you want to know more about, we've launched the world's first professional sustainability qualification for people in the industry, Adnet Zero Essentials. And this will equip everyone with everything you need to know to get on with your job, with sustainability more front of mind. And you can find that training on the IPA's online learning platform.
Sounds great. Seb, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Well, let's take a look at what is on the agenda for today. Firstly, we'll hear from key business voices leading the pack, starting with the Minister for Business and Industry, Lee Rowley MP. Advertising Association CEO Stephen Woodford will then take you through progress on the all-important Adnet Zero action plan. To find out how advertisers can help build a sustainable world, at 2:25 we'll be hearing from the world's biggest platforms, Meta, formerly Facebook, and Google, in discussion with Sky and Dentsu. And for the creatives in the room, at 3 o'clock we'll hear from WPP CEO Mark Reed. Coming up at 3:20 will be marketing chiefs at MasterCard and PepsiCo in conversation with the World Federation of Advertisers. Then after the break, we'll have a run of sessions including Ørsted's remarkable transformation from fossil fuel to global green energy company, a real insight into greenwashing there. Plus, my colleagues Laura Piper and Simon Pitts will look at STV's own Green Fund. Later this afternoon, Channel 4 presenter Seth McGovern will be interviewing Tenzing founder Hub van Bokel on their partnership powered by nature. And then we'll be powering ourselves into the future by the new scientist session, Life in 2050's Carbon Neutral World, which will wrap up today's programme. Then do set your alarms for tomorrow morning when we'll be back with some thought leadership sessions and practical workshops.